You know, it's amazing to me sometimes just how much the business world is constantly changing.
It really is.
I mean, it's getting so complex, and the pace of everything is just accelerating like crazy.
It's so dynamic.
Yeah. How do leaders and entrepreneurs even keep up?
Yeah, it can feel like an uphill battle just to stay current, let alone get ahead of the curve, right?
Totally. And that's what we're going to dig into today.
Exactly. What are those really effective tools that can help you do more than just survive, but actually thrive in this kind of environment?
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the most exciting developments we've been seeing lately is this whole idea of AI as a business coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting how artificial intelligence is shifting,
Mm-hmm.
from being primarily a tool for automation
Yeah.
to becoming this much more strategic, almost like a partner.
Yeah, a genuine partner in your business.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so
And
fascinating.
we're not talking about, just basic AI that schedules your meetings or helps you, with simple tasks like that.
Right.
We're talking about AI that can provide you with like personalized guidance on a strategic level
Yeah,
that can actually help you define and refine your business goals,
right.
analyze data in a really deep way,
Absolutely.
and offer practical solutions almost in real time.
Real-time solutions.
Yeah,
And, one of the things that we've been looking at is Grok 3 by XAI.
right.
And it's a great example of this kind of advanced AI that's really designed for this type of coaching.
And you know what I find particularly intriguing about this whole concept is
Yeah.
that it potentially overcomes some of the inherent limitations that we see with traditional business coaching.
Yeah, I think that's a key point.
Right, because you're no longer constrained by things like scheduling.
Yeah, availability is huge.
Right, exactly. Somebody's availability or
Yeah.
potential biases or subjective viewpoints that a human coach might inadvertently bring to the table.
Right. You have that consistent objectivity with AI.
Exactly, and that constant support that's always there for you.
Right, whenever you need it.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty of this.
Let's do.
For you, the listener out there,
Yeah.
whether you're leading a startup, a small business, a large corporation,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. This deep dive is all about exploring how AI can function as your business coach and how it can really transform your growth and efficiency.
And what we're going to do is we're going to really base this deep dive on all of the different sources that we've been looking at.
Exactly.
So you're getting a really comprehensive view of this whole topic.
So let's start with a really foundational element here.
Sure.
Defining and refining your business goals. It might seem basic, but in the context of AI, how does it actually contribute to this in a meaningful way?
Well, the interesting things is how AI uses these proven frameworks
Right.
to help you set clear and realistic goals.
Yeah.
So you've got the SMART methodology, right?
Yeah.
There's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound.
That's the classic.
And, a good example of this that we saw in the materials is how it can transform a vague goal. Like, I just want to grow my business
Right. Just grow.
into something much more specific and actionable.
Right.
Like, increase my income by 15% in 6 months by expanding into a new market.
No, that's something you can actually work with.
Right. And that's what AI can help you do.
Totally. And it helps you avoid those kind of common pitfalls that we as humans often fall into when we're setting goals, like, getting emotionally attached to targets that are just not realistic.
Yeah, it helps you stay grounded
Right.
in reality.
And speaking of frameworks, we also came across this thing called the Grow a W model.
The Grow a W model. Yeah, that's a good one.
So how does AI leverage that to help guide you through this process?
Well, it stands for Goal Reality Options and Will.
Okay.
And it's really about fostering self-awareness and commitment.
Okay.
So the AI acts like a guide, right? And it
Right.
takes you through each of these stages by asking very specific questions.
Right.
Like, what do you really want to achieve?
Okay.
Where are you right now, objectively?
Right. No sugarcoating.
No sugarcoating, exactly.
Yeah.
What are your different options? What could you do? And the most important one, what will you do?
Right. Getting down to that commitment.
Yeah, that commitment is key.
Yeah. And that's where the AI, I think, really shines because it helps you develop a much deeper understanding of your goals and the steps you need to take to actually achieve them.
It gives you that structure and clarity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's even cooler is that the material we looked at highlighted this unique ability of AI to integrate external data into this whole process.
Yeah, that's where it gets really powerful.
So how does that external perspective actually enhance goal setting?
Well, AI can analyze huge amounts of data, right, from all sorts of sources like consumer trends, market demands, competitor analysis, and then it can help you align your goals with this bigger picture, this global
So
context.
it's not just looking at your own little bubble.
No, it's taking everything into account.
It's looking at the whole market.
Exactly. And it can even identify these weak signals and emerging trends that we might miss as humans.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like you think about something like sustainability,
Right.
which we know is going to be huge in 2025.
Huge. Yeah.
But AI could take it a step further,
Okay.
say, okay, within sustainability, there's this growing demand for specific types of recycled packaging
Hmm.
in your particular industry.
Oh, wow.
So you can really fine-tune your goals based on that kind of granular insight.
So it's taking it from this very broad concept of sustainability down to a very specific actionable item.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And, we saw this great example in the material about an online store owner who wanted to increase visibility.
Yeah, what happened there?
So how did the AI coach help them in that specific situation?
Well, instead of just saying, hey, you need to improve your visibility,
Right.
which is kind of vague,
Kind of generic.
yeah, the AI actually asks specific questions.
Okay.
Like, what are your current traffic numbers? What platforms are you using? And then based on those answers, it helped the owner to define a very clear and measurable goal.
Okay, like what?
Increase website traffic by 30% in 3 months by focusing on Instagram and TikTok with trending visual content.
Okay, so it took it from, improve your visibility to a very, very specific plan.
Yeah, a targeted approach.
So for you, the listener, think about your own business goals right now.
Yeah.
How much more clear and effective could they be if you applied this kind of AI-powered approach?
I think it's a game changer.
Totally. And once you have those goals defined, the next step is really to analyze and diagnose your business.
Right. You got to understand where you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how does AI tackle that aspect of coaching?
Well, one of the key strengths of AI is its ability to process information really quickly.
Right.
So you can feed it all sorts of data like your sales figures, customer feedback, operational metrics, and it can sift through it at incredible speed
Okay.
to find patterns and insights that we might miss as humans.
Yeah, we're not so good at seeing the big picture sometimes.
It's hard when you're in the weeds.
Yeah, totally. And what kind of patterns is AI particularly good at uncovering?
Well, we saw some interesting examples of the research.
Yeah.
For instance, it might notice that your sales consistently dip on Friday afternoons.
Really?
And then it could correlate that with maybe slower customer service response times during those hours.
Oh, interesting.
Or it could identify a bottleneck in your project management process.
Okay.
Like maybe 60% of your projects are getting delayed because of a slow approval process.
So it's finding those hidden connections that we might not even realize are there.
Exactly. And those can have a big impact on your overall performance.
Totally. And then on top of that, the AI can actually start to propose hypotheses and potential solutions.
Yeah, it goes beyond just identifying the problem.
Okay.
It starts to say, okay, maybe if you do this, it will improve things.
Like what?
Like it might say, hey, I've noticed that your customer service response time is 24 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe if you reduce that to 4 hours, you'll see a 10% increase in customer retention.
Oh, wow. So it's actually suggesting a specific course of action.
Exactly. And that's incredibly valuable because it helps you focus your energy on the areas where you're most likely to see improvement.
It's almost like having an AI business analyst on your team 24/7.
Yeah, always working in the background.
And there were some really cool tools mentioned in the material that AI can use for this analysis that really stood out to me.
Yeah, what caught your eye?
Well, it's this idea that AI can analyze data that would be really difficult for a human coach to handle in a meaningful way.
Right, it can handle huge volumes of information.
Exactly. Like, for example, analyzing thousands of social media posts on platforms like X to understand what people are saying about your brand.
And it goes beyond just, simple sentiment analysis, like is it positive or negative?
Right.
It can actually understand the nuances of language
Oh, wow.
and figure out what's driving those opinions.
Like, what are the underlying reasons people are saying what they're saying?
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it can also do things like analyze internal documents, like PDF reports,
Sure.
to find areas of inefficiency or maybe even untapped knowledge within your organization.
So it's really giving you a 360-degree view of your business.
That's the goal.
So for our listeners out there, what kind of data do you think would be really insightful to have analyzed by AI?
Yeah, what's hiding in your business?
Is it your customer reviews, your sales reports, team communications? What do you think?
There's so much potential there.
And once the AI has done this analysis and found those areas for improvement, how does it actually translate that into actionable strategies?
That's the key, right? Going from data to action.
Totally. And what's really important here is that the advice isn't just generic, it's tailored to your specific business and the challenges you're facing.
Yeah, personalized recommendations.
Exactly. And we saw some great examples in the research of what this could look like in practice.
Oh, yeah. Give me some examples.
Like for small to medium-sized businesses, what kind of growth strategies might an AI suggest?
Well, one example that stood out to me was implementing a customer referral program.
Okay, classic referral
Yeah,
program.
but with a twist.
What's the twist?
The AI might suggest a specific incentive based on data,
Okay.
like a 10% discount for both the referring customer and the new customer.
Okay.
And this isn't just a random idea.
Right.
It's based on the proven success of companies like Dropbox that have used referrals really effectively.
So it's learning from what's worked in the past
Exactly.
and applying it to your situation.
That's the power of AI.
I love it. What about productivity enhancements within a team?
Well, in that area, the AI might suggest using a project management tool like Trello or Asana,
Okay, makes sense.
but it wouldn't just say, use this tool.
Right.
It would actually guide you on how to set up workflows within the tool
Okay.
that are tailored to your team's specific needs and processes.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about how you use it.
Right. Implementation is everything.
Exactly. And what about leadership effectiveness? I mean, that's such a critical area.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was this interesting suggestion in the material about having these short weekly meetings,
Okay.
like maybe just 15 minutes.
Really, just 15 minutes.
Yeah. And the focus would be on aligning expectations, identifying potential roadblocks, and reducing misunderstandings.
So quick and efficient communication.
Right. And this is based on agile methodologies,
Oh,
which really emphasize frequent communication and feedback.
yeah, those regular check-ins can make a huge difference.
They can prevent small problems from becoming big problems.
Totally. And since we're talking about the future, the material also highlighted the importance of incorporating those 2025 trends into the strategies.
Yeah, you got to stay ahead of the curve.
So what are some of those trends and how might AI recommend incorporating them?
Well, sustainability is huge, as we discussed.
It's only getting bigger.
And AI might suggest pursuing eco-friendly certifications.
Okay.
Because data shows that about 35% of consumers really prioritize that.
So it's tapping into that growing market.
Exactly. And then on the digitalization front, AI might recommend automating parts of your customer service with a chatbot,
Okay.
which could free up a lot of time for your team,
Wow, how much time are we talking?
like potentially 20 hours per week.
That's significant.
Yeah, it's huge.
So listeners, think about which of those trends, sustainability or digitalization, is most relevant to your industry right now.
Yeah. Where are the opportunities for you?
And one of the things I'm really excited about with AI coaching is this idea of continuous support and scalability.
Right. It's always there for you.
Yeah. So how does that work in practice?
Well, unlike a human coach who has limited time,
Right.
AI is available 24/7.
Okay.
So you can ask a question like, should I invest in this marketing campaign today?
Right.
And get an immediate answer based on the latest data,
That real-time feedback is invaluable.
especially in fast-paced environments.
Totally. And what about follow-up? How does the AI ensure that you're actually implementing those strategies?
Well, it can proactively check in with you.
Okay.
Like it might say, how's that referral program going that we talked about last week?
Right. Keeping you accountable.
Exactly. And it can also adapt your plans in real time if things change.
Oh, that's crucial.
Yeah, because the business world is constantly evolving.
Totally. So you need that flexibility to adjust on the fly.
Absolutely.
And, we saw some really cool real-world examples of AI business coaching in action in the material.
Oh, yeah. Fill me in.
Like there's Coach Hub, which uses an AI feature called AMA to personalize coaching sessions,
Okay, interesting.
focusing on things like leadership development and well-being.
So it's really tailored to the individual.
Exactly. And then there's Champion Mind, which uses algorithms to track progress over 21 days,
Okay.
combining human coaching with technology.
So it's like a hybrid approach.
Yeah, and then we saw Rockwell Automation, a big company using AI to train their leaders in real time.
Okay, what were the results like?
They saw a 25% improvement in decision-making.
Wow, that's significant.
Yeah, so this stuff is already making a real difference.
It's not just theory anymore.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think the main takeaway is that AI as a business coach is not just a future possibility. It's a reality that's happening right now.
It's here.
It's here, and tools like Grok 3 are really leading the way.
Yeah, they offer that combination of objective analysis, personalized strategies, and constant support.
And that's what makes it so powerful.
Totally. And as the information we've been discussing shows, AI can process massive amounts of data and adapt in real time,
Way faster than a human could ever do.
which gives businesses a huge advantage in today's world.
Right, staying ahead of the competition.
So whether you're facing a specific challenge right now, or planning for the long term, or just need help clarifying your ideas,
AI can be that partner.
AI coaching is an incredible resource.
It's like having a secret weapon.
So for you, the listener, the question isn't really if AI can be your coach.
It's
It's how can you use it to make your business thrive in 2025 and beyond?
and beyond, yeah.
And the material we looked at suggested some great first steps.
Like what?
Define one specific goal. Gather some basic data related to that goal.
Makes sense.
Experiment with an AI-suggested strategy, or even just consult with an AI tool every day for a week or two.
Just dip your toes in.
Yeah, and see what it's like.
Exactly. You might be surprised by what you discover.
Totally. This could be the start of something truly transformative for your business.
Absolutely. I think it's a game changer.
I agree.
It's exciting times.
It really is. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.